everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the monthly readings for January 2020, and today I am going to be reading for the lovely Cancerians. If you're new to my channel, on my monthly reads what I tend to do is I do a collective read and then I recap and then do a romantic element, because obviously people need to know about what's happening in their love life, etc. This month I have pulled out two key players on the relationship side, which sort of opens the reading up a little bit more to give me a little bit more clarity. And then at the very end I will finish off by pulling a charm out to tie up the whole of the reading. And then I premeditate on the cards for the monthly reads for those of you who are new, who've stumbled across. Then that, because of premeditating, that allows me then to do my little bit of creative poetry, which I also read at the end. So without further ado, I'll just move these out of the main frame to start with, and we'll come back to those, and then we'll start with the reading for you guys. So Cancer, the card that I had come out for you at the start for January 2020 was the card of Rest, and the message says, rest and relax. Release guilt and make your needs a top priority. So that was the energy that we've got coming in to the start of January 2020. The next card that came out, it was the card of Deceit. And then that came out with the Trapped. Now on the general read, because obviously when I come to do the love side of things, then these cards will sort of play out a little bit differently. But the Deceit here, I feel on the general, is about not being true to yourself. There's a lot of things towards the end of 2019 that you sort of glossed over and didn't want to deal with. It was a case of, I'm okay, I'm all right, I'll get through this. And it was like you were sort of telling yourself, you was lying to yourself really, where you didn't seem like, if I can just explain in a way that you may understand, some of you weren't feeling very well. You may have thought, I've got health issues here, but it doesn't matter, I ain't going to worry about it, you know, I'm just going to carry on as I am. And it's not sort of being true to you, where you know that you've had issues with your health. I feel like some of you have had issues with your health, and where you should have really looked and addressed what was causing you the issues. I've got people who may have been suffering with having headaches, okay, towards the latter part of 19, and it was a case of, oh, you know, maybe I'm doing too much, you know, it'll go, I'm not going to worry about it, okay. But I feel that with the Trapped card, you were trapping your true feelings, your true emotions. And it doesn't mean to say it was health matters. It could be that you were in a job and you've been in a job for a while, and you know, it's a case of, oh, I'll just go, I'll keep going, it's a job at the end of the day, you know. But I do feel, even though you knew you felt trapped in this situation, it's for the general collective here. These cards that came out with the Deceit and the Trapped, basically there's an issue, or there was an issue in 2019 where you sort of just pulled the wool over your own eyes, not to address it and not to see the environment that you were in. Because the Trapped card here, this is you, okay, this is you not being able to see that you are literally imprisoned. You've imprisoned yourself here by the untruth, the lies that you've sort of allowed yourself to feed you, if that makes sense. I hope I'm trying to get this message across to you, but it's just saying you've put yourself in an environment, okay, by digging your head in the sand really, and not addressing these issues, okay. So because of this now, this is where I feel this may be playing on your health, okay, maybe playing on your health now going into 2020, because you've gone through this pattern cycle of, oh yeah, I'll just keep pushing forward, it'll go, it'll resolve itself, you know, I'll just keep doing this job every day even though I hate it. This is what I was feeling at the end of 2019, and because you cause this catalyst to yourself, this is now causing an issue as we go into the start of 2020, my lovely Cancers, okay? So then we had Justice and the World card. Now here with the World, this to me is again the energy that was coming in from 2019, where you literally put the weight of the world on your own shoulders, okay? But with the Justice card here, this is what you've got to address now. This is the issues that you need to address, Cancer, going into 2020, because you know you've got to take time out. You've literally got to take time out, and you've got to be your own judge and jury of how 2020 is going to play out. So this is your New Year's resolution here, okay? This is your message for 2020 January, okay? Where you have literally got to be your own judge and jury now, because you can't carry on with telling yourself lies, lying to yourself, really. Making out situations are okay when really they're not okay, okay? And then it's with the World card here, when you take Justice and you assess and look at your problems that you've sort of been dark holing, not addressing with your health, okay? When you take a stance and you start to realise, yeah, I've got to do something about this burden will start to lessen, because here on this card there's a keyhole. You have the key to unlock these issues, these burdens, these things that you've sort of not been addressing. So it's time to open that door, okay? It's time to open that door on yourself, on all the issues that you've sort of let slide and didn't want to face. I just feel some of you didn't want to face the problems that were around you. But going into 2020, my lovelies, you have got to start to address these issues, and you have got the key to open your own door here to your own destiny of how 2020 is going to plan out, because you cannot be feeling like this. If the universe could take a photograph of you, this would be the photograph that they would take. This symbolising you, okay? And you cannot see the bars that you have literally created and put round you, my lovelies, for the past year in 2019. This is how you went through 2019, entrapped, like an entrapment that you caused on your own behalf, okay? For not, as I said, looking at the issues and dealing with them as they came up and just leaving things. So the next card that came out was the Imagine card with the message in a bottle, okay? Now I'm going to go with the Imagine card here, because this sort of carries on, if I do it this way around actually. This card here shows, I'm not going to come out at the light because you won't see, okay? This card here shows it's about releasing. The Imagine card here, or I always think it's about putting things to bed, releasing things that no longer serve you. So it follows on here, because when you unlock that door, as I was saying, on your own problems, your own issues, you then release the weight of the world off your shoulders, my lovelies. And this is just the card to reflect that, in actually releasing those things that no longer serve you, so you can actually get more clarity on where you're actually going ahead. Now the message in a bottle card here, okay, some of you, I do feel have been waiting for a resolution. This could be a legal matter, where, because I always look at the pelican as like pelican brief, it's some kind of legal issue, some legalities, okay, and with the phone inside the bottle, you are waiting to hear about something. You are waiting to hear of something important to give you a resolve on something I'm getting towards the end of January here. Now this could be a phone call where you're waiting to hear about an operation appointment, a hospital appointment, okay? But I do feel there's some legalities here where you're just waiting for that one phone call now, so that things can start moving, or a resolve can be put in place that you've been waiting for. So there is some of you out there, Cancer, that are waiting for a very important message that is quite significant, but I do feel there's some kind of legality attached to it. Now this could be some of you may have taken issues legally with a solicitor. It could be to do with getting access to your children. It could be a divorce papers, waiting for that to come through, but literally you're just waiting for this phone call and it will come through and get a resolve on that at the end of January 2020. So that was a nice message there, okay, for the collective. Then we had the moon card come out, okay. Now when I look at the moon card here, I always look at this as like a graph, okay, an emotional graph of ups and downs. But as I said here, it's like a release. It's like, I always look at this as I'm looking at this as like 2019, where your life was literally full of ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs, which most of our lives do follow. But I do feel, okay, with this card, this is about getting the balance back in. This is obviously addressing, as I mentioned at the start of the reading for the generals, and you being your own judge and jury by putting these things and addressing these things that have been causing you concern, that you haven't, you sort of like just left to the wayside. It's saying here you will emotionally get balance back in, because these issues that, towards the end of 2019 had been consuming your mind. There was worries underlying there, but as I said, you will be addressing these going into 2020, and the moon is attached to your emotions, but I just feel here there is balance, an even balance here in your emotions. And then the last card that came out, my lovelies, was the Knight of Swords, okay? So this is you, literally, at the end of 2020, basically knowing you're in control, okay? You're back in the saddle. As I look at this card, you're back in the saddle, my lovelies, and you're literally got the energy to go forward into February 2020. So where you come in quite depleted, okay? Quite depleted, and just feeling this trapped energy, as I said here. Just know as you go through January 2020, now whether this is, as I said, the resolve for some of you waiting for legal matters or communication, and you get that through, it's just the whole of the whole of January 2020, you are going to be picking up, you're going to feel more energised, and by the end of the month, my lovelies, this is you, literally can face anything, okay? He's holding two swords, this person, whether it's a he or a she, on this horse, but it's saying, yeah, I am here, I can face and challenge anything that is going to come head on to me. So it's just, you've got this energy to tackle anything as we go in then to February 2020. So that was the message I got, my lovelies, for the collective read for Cancers. So I'm just going to scoot back now, and then we're going to bring in the key players if I was looking at this on a romantic side of things. So the two cards that I had come out on the romantic was the Owl and the Nightingale. Now you can reverse the roles on here, but I just say it as I feel, which one is you, okay? But if it fits better the other way, then take it as you will. But for me, my lovelies, I do feel, Cancer, you are the Nightingale, which is the alchemical sign of air, and the person or scenario that you're dealing with is the owl. Now I'm just going to quickly recap, because you know where I said that some of you are waiting for the legalities, the phone call, the letter to tie something up. The owl is the animal spirit of knowledge. So on that scenario, okay, because the Nightingale here has been trying desperately to get a resolve, just going on and on and on, and just voicing their opinion and saying, come on, I need a resolve on this. whether that's on your health, waiting for this health appointment, okay? But it's saying here with the L spirit is tying in on the collective here that you will get the knowledge there on that scenario. So I just wanted to add those in if it's to do with an actual situation more so than a romantic side. But on the romantic side, okay, as I said, Cancer, this is you, the Nightingale, and this is the person that you're dealing with, okay? The person that you're dealing with, I feel has been a bit withdrawn, hasn't been open to you, and this is their energy, okay? So this is the person that you are dealing with here, your partner. They seem to have been a bit withdrawn, didn't want to speak to you, and you cannot understand, Cancer, why they are feeling like this, okay? But I do feel, as we go on with the actual reading, having the deceit and trap card here, okay, I feel some of my Cancers are aware that their partner may have been a bit untruthful, it may be coming to light that they have been seeing somebody behind your back, okay? And this energy here, this is how you are feeling, okay? You are feeling trapped in a relationship that you know there is an underlying issue going on here where your partner is keeping very quiet, untrustworthy, I feel, okay? And there is some deceit going on here. I am looking at it as the deceit is going on behind Cancer's back, but for the small minority, Cancer, this could be you, okay, literally being deceitful to your partner. So as I said, you've got to take on here where the message fits for you, but I am picking up mostly that there is some issues going on behind your back, and it could also be you felt this for a while, and so you feel trapped in a relationship that isn't true, okay? There's some Cancers out there thinking, you know what, I can't be dealing with this relationship anymore. It doesn't feel honest, it doesn't feel trustworthy to me anymore, and then you feel trapped, okay? So you need to take on this romantic message however this fits with you, my lovelies. So then with the Justice card, okay, for the Cancers who are aware that their partner, there is something not quite right going on, you are going to sound your voice to this. You want justice, you want the truth, want speaking the truth here from this the partner who is coming out as the L spirit card. So then we have the World, okay, and then this is just signifying that you have felt in a relationship that the world has literally been on your shoulders. You're not getting any support from this person, Cancer, and you're realising this, and it is making you angry, and that's why you're wanting to voice your opinion. You're wanting to let out your emotions here, okay? And it is quite upsetting for some of my Cancers, okay, because I do feel that this person here has hidden a lot from you. They're not being honest with their feelings. It could be a situation where, you know, you sort of stopped in a relationship because there's children involved. But I do feel here with the Imagine card that this is you again, Cancer. If you are in this relationship where you feel that there is some, you know, it's not being true, you're just staying there for the sake of it if there's children involved. But it's saying here, you've got to put this to bed, okay? Whatever the issues that you're suffering here with your partner, you've got to try and resolve and literally put to bed. Now, as we go along the message here with the message in a bottle, this could be, some of you will be taking legal advice, thinking, you know, if there is kids involved here, and you're not happy in a relationship, then you've got to start looking and putting that phone call out to get some guidance of where you go next, if it is a separation or a split. And some of you will need to take advice in January 2020 if this relationship, you know, is has got to be sorted out if there is children involved. So that's what I was picking up with some of you. It's not going to resonate with everybody, but this is the message I was getting. And then we have the Moon and Knight of Swords. So the whole situation on the romantic side is causing emotions to run high on both sides, because this is like showing here the two sides of the partnership here, and it has been going up and down, up and down. The relationship hasn't been running smoothly. But Cancer, okay, this card is you taking action. You are on the defensive here with your two swords in your hand, okay, and it's saying you've got to take this relationship head on now and get the truth with the Justice card. As I said, you decide who you're going to be here, either the Nightingale or the Owl, depending on what fits for you. But I feel this is you, and you have to voice your opinions of how you feel in this relationship in 2020, and this is you going full pelt and wanting to take action. Okay, so that's what I get for you, my lovelies, for the reading on both sides, the collective and the romantic. Now I'm just going to pull out a little charm, and actually I will read my poem first, I think. So this is what I got for the poem for you for 2020, January 2020, and it reads: time to rest, to contemplate on those that did you wrong. You felt trapped and unhappy, the depression has lasted too long. You are after justice, so you can put it to bed, for it's been consuming too much of your energy, the truth will be said. You will win the battle, so you can move on. As for relationship matters, you know you've been in the wrong. Asking for forgiveness for the way you've been will help matters of your heart in wiping the slate clean. Know when in love or war the battle will soon be won, and then you will be able to finally at last live and move on. So yeah, some of you could be been in the wrong, as I said, depending on which side of the scale here you want to take, whether you're the Nightingale or the Owl. But I do feel on both sides there's issues here, whatever side you're on, where the relationship is breaking down, or you need to sort and voice your opinions out to get that back on track. But that's what I felt, really, and that's what the poem was reflecting, as it said here, that you'll be able to finally at last live and move on, and wipe the slate clean going into January 2020. And that's what I felt on the relationship side of things, okay? And those at the start, when I said, it's time to rest and contemplate, where you felt trapped and unhappy, this is not addressing the issues that have been making you feel like that, okay? As I said on the general read. So now I'm just going to pick a charm out, my lovelies. I've got loads of little charms in here, and I do like just to pull one out just to tie up the reading for my monthlies. So let's have a look then, Cancer. We'll have a little delve around. I'm not looking. And we'll see what comes out for you. Okay. Oh, now this is lovely. It's the snowflake, okay? And I always look at the snowflake as a clean start, because when snow falls, okay, when it first falls and it's just completely covers the ground and no one's walked on it, it's just a white blank canvas. So this is what I am feeling here on the general and the romantic. It's about saying here there's a new beginning, it's a new blank canvas for you to start 2020, starting from January 2020. It's a brand new canvas for you to start getting your life in order on both sides, okay? Because going into 2020, I do not want you to be feeling, I just got to grab this card, I do not want you to be feeling like this anymore, okay? Trapped. And this is why the snowflake has come out to say, okay, you are being given a blank canvas here to set 2020 to how you want it to be, my lovelies. So I hope you can take something away from that reading today. As I said, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but I hope some of you can take some of that message on board, and I'll look forward to reading to you next time. Take care then, my lovelies. Bye.